What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and Apple has just released iOS 11.3, finally, not just for the iPad 6. So in this video, I just want to talk about what you need to know before updating. Now if you guys are on a beta of iOS 11.3, yes, there should be a final update left for you, as the build number is now 15E216, matching that of the iPad, not 15E5216A like I previously thought. So we were not on the GM. This is actually quite interesting for me because I'm not able to update from the beta 6 firmware to the final GM. There's no update. I restarted my phone, cleared it out. So you guys might have this issue. I'm sure that the update will appear with time. But if you guys see this build number, you are not on the final version of 11.3 just yet. If you guys haven't updated to the betas, you have nothing to worry about. iOS 11.3 is incredible. If you guys are debating whether or not you should update, you could watch my full review. I talk about all the features there, but this is such an incredible firmware. Like nothing else needs to be said. It will change the way your device feels, breathes, all that good stuff. Like it seriously feels rejuvenated completely. Even though the iPhone 10 never felt slow, iOS 11.3 just brings out all this responsiveness in it. Now, I do have it installing on my personal iPhone, so I'll show you the actual performance on the final one in a second here, but we'll do some benchmarks and stuff like that. But I just wanted to mention a few of the notable features. So if you have an iPhone 10, probably Animojis are kind of cool. You will get a few new Animojis, these down here. The battery settings is pretty much the most important part of this update. If you guys have an older phone, namely an iPhone 6 or 6S, if you actually jump into the battery settings over here, you'll be able to see the battery health. And if you guys are in a weakened state, whereas the battery is in a diminished health state, you'll have a switch over here to actually go into a throttling mode where it'll actually throttle your CPU and you'll get more battery life, so your battery won't die as fast. Or you can turn it off and get maximum speed, but your device might die randomly. So this is probably the most notable change in this update, but there's a lot of smaller stuff. And actually in music, Apple just introduced several new categories for music videos, so you're able to watch those here, which is kind of cool. This wasn't available in the betas. So there's this entirely new section where you can watch videos, stuff like that. So super cool. There's also a lot of updates that just make your life so much easier, a lot of bug fixes, and I'm sure there will be some little patches here and there in the future if what you were worrying about hasn't been fixed, because there were some bugs I believe that weren't fixed in this version. But overall guys, yes, do update. It is incredible. It will give you more battery life like it has for me personally on my iPhone 10. The responsiveness is incredible. And the great thing is it could actually return some storage for you. It actually gave me back like 4 gigabytes of capacity, after updating, so that was great. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little rundown of the speed on my personal iPhone after I set it up here in a sec. And here's my phone, so I just want to show you I am running the final version, 15E216. Let's go ahead and perform a Geekbench, see what kind of performance we get. Now, the interesting thing is that today, the first HomePod firmware update was released. So you guys will be able to update that. It's unknown what features that contains, but presumably the multi-room support for AirPlay 2. So we'll see about that. And you can update that inside of the Home application. It has to be set up with your HomePod, but you'll see the updates in there. So kind of cool. Alongside that, we got watchOS, and then of course the new macOS version. So update all of your gear. Today's the big and fun update day. That is quite an unusual score. So usually I get above 10,000 on the iPhone 10. Now I got below 10,000 on the latest iOS 11.3 firmware. On 11.2.6, you can see it was pretty high. I mean, compared to this, single core is still pretty on par. So quite strange to see it so low. On the last beta, I actually got a higher score as well. So maybe my phone is just an outlier, but the performance definitely does not reflect the lower scores. It is so good, so fast and responsive, and the battery life especially. Can't say enough good things about 11.3. Also, do remember to update your HomePod. Its first software update is available, so check that out. But anyways, guys, I would totally say do update to 11.3, and if you want the full features list, I'll leave a link down below in the description with the actual review. Anyways, enjoy the update, guys. Peace.